We're getting ready to install this ceiling fan here. Let's see here, we're going to open it up, but the very first thing you got to do is, if you take a look up here, we need to turn the power off. Okay, we're down here in the main service in the basement. So if you see here, there's several switches, and it probably is marked, but I like to turn the main off. You can see here it's marked kitchen and kitchen. Now the power's off. Okay, now I'm going to open up the box here. And of course, the first thing you get is the instructions. We're really not going to use the instructions. We've done this so many times. We're going to show you how to install it. I like to familiarize myself with the parts. This are the fan blades. We're going to install the white side. But if you take a look, most fans today have a choice. This is the anchor. This is going to go on the ceiling here, and I'm going to show you where that goes on. But see these two little slots here, up here on the ceiling? I'll show you where we left the old screws in place, here and here. So the very first thing we're going to do is unscrew these screws to get this anchored into the ceiling here. Okay, I'm going to get the screw out of here, last one. And then I'm going to pull these wires down. Generally there's 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to fish these through the anchor plate, like through that big hole there. I'm going to wire these later, but right now I'm going to get that anchor back up on the ceiling. Okay. You see that screw going right into the metal box. I got it started. Who else is screwed? Right there's the second one. Right there's the second one. Okay, make sure it's tight, like there. Tighten both of them up. Now, I'm going to go through the rest of the parts here and get myself familiarized with what's here. These are for balancing. Of course, I like to open up and see what I've got. These are alternative anchors. Those 2 screws, if you want to go into wood. The wire nuts are all here. These are to connect the fan blades right here. These are the arms that are going to go on the fan blades. Let me show you how they're going to go on. Very simple. I'm going to pull the rest of the parts out of the box. These are the 2 little pull chains. Here's 3 brand new light bulbs. I'm going to just put them over to the side someplace so they won't be in my way. I won't be needing parts here. This is the cover for the motor. And of course, here's the motor itself. Pretty easy. First I'm gonna open up the wiring package here. Get these down now. These are pre-peeled. You just pull these off, and they're color coordinated. This just simply, I have to move the wires out of the way. I got the wires to pull through here. Okay, pull these wires out of the way, push this thing in here. Now, I'm ready to hook up my wires here. I'll be connecting the ground wire first to the ground, which right here, and then I'll be connecting these other two wires. Of course, when I connected the plate cover to the electric box, that also grounded it. But now I'm going to find the two wires that are ground wires, and first I'm going to twist the ends of both of these wires together. Then I'm going to put them together, and I like to do like a little cross X like that so I can twist them. Everybody does it differently. And twist these together before I put the wire nut on there. Now I'm ready to put the wire nut on like this. And remember, at the end, I'm going to tape all of these nuts in place. Now look, I like to twist them a little bit further like that to make sure they lock in place. Okay, now I'm going to twist these together to make sure I don't have any frayed ends on this. Then, like I say, I like to put mine a little bit of an X like this. And I start at the back of the bottom and twist them like this. Now, this one's just a little bit too long for me. I'm just going to snip off a little bit of the wire like this. Now, I'm going to put the wire nut on there again. There we go. And then I'm going to make sure that I've got it by getting a little bit of twisting of the wires together. There, this is the neutral. Okay, now I'm going to connect the two black wires together. These are for the fan. That's the one coming out, and this is the one coming down from my ceiling. So I'm really going to do the same exact thing that I just did. Just like this. Of course, I'm going to twist these ends. And then you've seen me do this, but I'm just twisting those together again. Putting the wire nut on there. Very simple, straightforward. Okay, now this wire has a white strip on it indicating white for light. It's the one that goes to the light. This is going to the fan, and this is my wire power coming out of the ceiling. I'm going to peel that back. I love these peelers because they're so easy to use. There again. Okay, I'm going to twist both these ends again not to have any frayed ends. And then I'm going to put these together here. Get one. Now I'm going to put the wire nut on here. Again, I like to make sure they're real tight. Okay, and now I'm going to put the electric tape on here. Okay, I'm going to put the electric tape on all of these. I like to start at the bottom to make sure they're clamped together. I always try to loop the top like that to make sure that the wire nut's not going to fall off. That's one. And I'm going to do the same thing to all 4 of these. Okay, now I'm tucking all the wires in here. Let's get them in the hub here. And of course they're all taped off. I'm getting ready to put the trim plate on, so I'm going to put these set screws in place first, one on each side. Get them started, one. The corresponding one on the other side started. There. Okay, before I set them too far, if you take a look here, on here, there's these 2 little notches on each side. It makes it easy, just put the one up on the notch here. And if you're on the other side here, put one up there and turn them a little bit. And now it's hanging in place. I'm going to tighten up these screws here. And then I'm going to put the other 2 screws on there, right here. Okay, now I'm going to put the fan blades on. Of course, the first thing in this particular fan is to put these little mullions in here. Got to force them in. This keeps the fan nice and tight and quiet. Make sure that when you get them in, they come all the way through. Each one of these, doesn't matter which side you put them in from. It takes just a little bit of time to put them in. In just one hole at first. Get that screw started here. This fan on the ground here, and see how I just put the screwdriver up to it, and then I'm not fidgeting with it. And I just line up the hole here like that. Once you get the first one in, it's going to hang there. You can let go of it. And of course I'm going to hold my screw like this. I'm going to line that up like that. Getting along here. Getting some more of these in place. I'm going to put the hub on for the light. Well, first off, I want to get this rubber band off of here. Okay, that was easy enough. Now, before I put it up, I'm going to prime a pair of screws here, because they have the notch system again, which I really like. Right here and here. Now, this is the hub plate for the light fixture. I'm just gonna put it on there. Tighten those up a little bit. And then put the last screw in there. Okay, now I'm gonna put on the light part, the light package. Of course, I don't need the wrapper here. And first thing I have to do is it's got a 9-point plug here. I'm gonna plug that in here. Now, if you look here, it's color coordinated, and there's a locking latch there. So you put it in and clicks, of course, it'll hang there. Now, I'm gonna snug it up to here, but I'm gonna do a carpenter thing. I'm gonna put the screw in my mouth so I have it handy. I've got to tuck these wires in so it all fits, and it's a very tight fit here. Now there's one of the holes are lined up. Okay, last few steps are I'm going to put these pull chains on here. One's to control the light, and one's to control the fan blade. Like that. I'm going to show you how to put a light on here. You just open this up here. They're already in place, so you don't have to look for the parts in the box. And just set that inside there. And that. Get it all the way snug. And of course, anybody can put a light bulb in, but they're in the box here. A lot of fans nowadays provide a light bulb. Now, you don't really want to get a light bulb dirty because it's going to affect the wattage. Okay, that's it. Put the other two globes on, the other two lights on, and this job will be ready to turn the power back on. We're done installing this fan. I'm going to turn it on. There's the light, and then also here's the switch for turning it on. This one has a reverse switch, so you can either pull air up or down with this. Also, on this fan, we have a dimmer switch, so you can turn it down if you want. Okay, another job well done.